Ethan Sachs and Paolo Villanelli dive back into Valance's past as the Hunter tries to protect Cadlia from the scum and villainy of the galaxy, knowing there is only one place he can take her, but going there will require him to confront his past. Ethan Sachs again dives into Valance's past history, continuing to build the character up so damn well. I really enjoyed the brief partnership him and Cadlia had this issue when dealing with a Beskar-clad bounty hunter. They work really well as a team, but Valance warning her off becoming like him or her parents was really well done, and I'm looking forward to seeing what actually becomes of the character, and hopefully she's just not written out of the book and does actually come back at some point. Zuckuss and 4LOM also getting some time to shine was quite amazing, and I love the action sequence they got to have with Valance since it was quite violent and brutal, something that you can do with a character like Valance who can just fix himself up with cybernetics. Paolo Villanelli continues his awesome action-packed artwork, delivering some thrilling fight scenes and more cool-looking alien and bounty hunter designs. I liked his portrayal of Zuckuss and 4LOM, especially in the battles this issue, making them seem so fast and skilled and more than meets the eye. Bounty Hunters issue 6 was a great beginning to the Target Valance storyline that saddled Valance with a new partner for the time being and adds a cool new dynamic for the lone wolf hero to deal with. More of his backstory was also revealed, and I'm really happy it was, since Ethan Sachs is doing a great job building this character up as a cornerstone of the Star Wars comics side of things. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Bounty Hunters issue 6 heads years into the past where a young Valance and Yura share the night sky, looking out into the Itani Nebula and the Hydean Way, which Valance says one day he'll command a Star Destroyer through. Yura says that it seems so far away, but Valance knows that they are the ones who are far from the rest of the galaxy. Yura points out a shooting star, but Valance knows that it's the recruitment shuttle coming to pick him and the others up in the morning. Yura starts crying since Valance is really going to leave her. Valance says that he's doing this for her and for his father and for their people, since it was Imperial forces who saved their planet, and he wants to pay them back. He promises that he will come back to her as later, Yura meets with Valance before he leaves for the shuttle, giving him the Fire Ruby, which was in her family for generations. Valance knows that this gem is priceless, and Yura says that in that case, he'll have to bring it back to her. Years later on Mimban, the grievously wounded Valance clings to life as the commander says he doesn't want to have to waste good cybernetic parts on the man who will probably die anyway, but he is still surprised to see the man alive, with the medical droid commenting his sheer force of will is what's keeping him alive. In the present, Valance and Cadlia head to the Spur orbiting market, which Valance wants to get repairs at, knowing he'll need them if they want to stand a fighting chance, and there is no hurry since Nakano trusted Valance to keep the girl alive, and that also includes feeding her. As the hunters stop for some food, Vakora contacts some other hunters who are rumored to be expert findsmen, wanting them to find Valance, willing to compensate them greatly for crossing the guild. The hunters say that they are known for discretion and efficiency, as Vakura finishes off killing the men who are still loyal to the old bloodlines, as 4LOM and Zuckuss accept Vakura's terms, knowing Valance and Cadlia can't stay hidden for long. Valance meanwhile is dragged to a food kiosk by the girl when suddenly both come under fire from another hunter. Valance blasts the hunter, but the bolt does nothing to him thanks to his Beskar armor, which the alien knows he'll be able to buy 10 more sets of with his bounty. Valance tackles the alien, telling him not to spend his credits before he has earned them. The alien easily throws the cyborg off of him, knowing he's got 30 seconds before his hand blaster recharges. Cadlia searches the food kiosk for something to help Valance as the hunter whips an astromech head at the hunter, who returns the attack with a heavy punch. Cadlia soon finds some cooking gel as Valance is choked by the hunter, who slashes him again and again with a knife. Cadlia throws the gel over the hunter as Valance's hand blaster reactivates, firing on the hunter and setting the gel on fire, killing the Beskar-covered bounty hunter. Valance tells the kid that he had her under control as he grabs her hand, rushing through the market. Elsewhere aboard the Mist Hunter, 4LOM picks up a disturbance at the market on the Spur, noting how it was caused by a cyborg. Zuckuss notes how they aren't the only hunters that were hired, sensing that Valance is wounded and he will seek someone to help repair him. 4LOM slices into the station's cargo records for cybernetic parts, finding a name that frequently purchases them. At Slade's repairs, Valance is fixed up by Slade, who knows if the cyborg had any appreciation for his work, he wouldn't keep getting damaged. Catalina is fascinated by all the super battle droids the Fixer has in his workshop, as well as the thermal detonator she finds. The Fixer finishes up, saying Valance's Palm Blaster will now fire faster, not knowing how the man survived so long using junk instead of real parts. Valance says he's been short on credits as Slade tells Catalina not to play with the thermal detonator, but the girl says she's never seen a Class A one before. Valance asks while he's being fixed up if Slade has any synthetic skin, making Catalina wonder why he'll need any of that. Valance remembers when Yura first saw his cybernetic face and how sad it made her as Slade is suddenly shot in the back by 4LOM, who demands Valance surrender. Valance tackles the protocol droid, knowing they always talk too much, but the droid fights back, hitting him in the face. Valance powers up his hand blaster, hitting the droid with it as Zuckuss ambushes the hunter, shocking him with a stun baton, telling him this isn't personal. This angers Valance as he has paid good money to fix himself up, so now he's taking this very personally. Zuckuss easily dodges Valance's attack, reminding him a Gand Findsman like himself can sense his attacks before he makes them. Valance unleashes his hidden blade, slashing Zuckuss's breathing tubes as Catalina throws the thermal detonator into the room, escaping with Valance, who isn't too happy the girl intervened. Catalina tells the hunter to relax since she didn't arm the detonator, but the hunters didn't know that. 4LOM knows that they are losing sight of their target, but Zuckuss knows that they must be patient since in his attack he put a tracker on Valance. He knows Valance will lead them to more valuable rewards, and the repair shop's super battle droids will be of great use to them. The injured Valance and Catalina escape the spur on the broken wing, heading to Lowick and a secret rebel outpost there. Entering a house there, Valance is met by Yura, who helps her injured former flame as she asks what trouble has the bounty hunter brought to her house as the Mist Hunter descends through Lowick's atmosphere.